Yes. Let's jump right into it, man. This was a crazy week with the final closing, the closing of Diddy's defense, and also AUSA prosecutor. Today, we're gonna take a look at what was said, how it was received by the jury. At the end of the day, it's going to be about the jury, man. I might say it's not been proven, but the jury might look at it differently. And that's the issue with, of course, giving comments on this situation. You'd have no idea what the jury is thinking. But we'll do the best to our abilities to take a look at what will happen at the end, because did Mark Agnifilo blew Diddy's trial with his closing? We're gonna take a look at it. That's the Costco baby or lawyer who went to TMZ and talked crazy. Fair use.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Thursday, June 27th. It's day 32 of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Today, the defense closings. We're on our way in. Yesterday, the prosecution's closing by AUSA Slavic brought together a lot of threads. I will say, it's not so much the law when actually described in that context, not just on the dry piece of paper of a jury charge, but actually described orally to a jury, made it seem pretty easy to convict him, because it said, and I'm saying this just like it changed my view in the sense that there's a lot of things they don't have to find. On the transportation for prostitution or commercial sex work charge, they don't really have to show intent or anything. It seems very tricky. And on the RICO, they just have to find two incidents, and they can even be the same predicate. Those who thought that the U.S. letter dropping theories of liability concerning arson and kidnapping and aiding and abetting sex trafficking would result in a substantially different closing were incorrect. We're incorrect, because it was all there. There was multiple references to Kid Cudi. There were multiple references to Capricorn Clark. So I think it would have been better to have, got a lot of noise pollution here, but so be it. I think it would have been better for the defense. Okay, we got a garbage truck. We've got some trees being cut down. So
Well, that's New York for you. But yeah, prosecution is, well, according to the prosecution, it's easy to convict the man. It's all there. It's all there. We're gonna, of course, continue watching after this, but RJ, the 2 cents.
I mean, so I guess if what you're saying is, if I understand you correctly, KR, is that if not Miles Davis, what's the other's name?
Coltrane?
No, the one with the very heavy voice.
Armstrong.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong. So if Louis Armstrong was singing the song, you would say about in New York, you would say, I see garbage trucks. It would have been a different song. Hey guys, yo, that's crazy. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Double Touch Show. Remember to hit the like button, follow us on our socials. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon. We want to thank you for the support that you've been showing us and the engagement as well. We're really seeing some increase in feedback, response, and comments. So we do appreciate that. Both people that agree and those that disagree. So we do appreciate that. But we want to thank you. If you haven't done so, again, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification icon. Don't forget to subscribe as well to our email list. As you know, we've been announcing it a couple of weeks now. We will start very shortly with posting trending topics and viral moments that did not make the shows, that cannot make the shows either because the show isn't long enough or because, well, it's not really YouTube friendly. So if you want to connect with us offline, do subscribe to the newsletter. You'll find it in the description box down below. KR.
Yes. So we of course, this is the thing, right? When you have a lawyer as Mark, and Mark is doing the best. He's a RICO lawyer. He went to a couple of RICO trials. He's been there. But one thing we do know is that Mark, when he's razzling and dazzling, when he's going off the dome, when he's freestyling, he might say some wild things. And that's what he went for. Where you
Is he
had
ever not free? Is he ever not freestyling, KR?
That's a good question. Some people are great at freestyling. Some people are actually amazing at freestyling. So you had back in the days in the early 2000s, I'm gonna go way back. You had the Scribble Jam when freestyling MCs went head to head. This was not pre-written. They would make it up as they go on the beat. Is Mark Agnifilo one of those guys that are amazing with coming up with words at that moment? We're gonna take a look at it. Let's continue watching what Inner City Press had to say about the closing of the prosecution. But it's crazy. I'm gonna play a couple. I'm gonna read a couple of things. But oh man,
For the noise pollution, this courthouse area is incredible, and I don't know. Actually, the city council here micromanages so many things. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gotten into the whole noise situation. In any event, we're heading in for the defense conference now. There's big news everywhere. There's the big beautiful bill. Will it get done by July 4th? What about?
That's it. That was it. So we're gonna go to the next video from Inner City Press. We're gonna take a look at a couple of angles. What Inner City Press thought about the closings, what other people thought about the closing. I mean, you gotta look at the different angles to see where this is going, because it's hard to say. Fair use.
KR, before you proceed, for Inner City Press, he is a big deal.
He's one of the people who are you know Inner City Press. You know this face.
Oh, he was, yeah. Oh, but
He's the
he
one
had,
who's transcribing everything.
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the biggest ones who are sending the
I
transcripts.
guess I don't
to
recognize him because there he has long hair. It seems like his hair is brown as well.
less grayer.
And where
He's
and where and
actually
if you show,
grayer.
yeah, and if you show so what he looks like now,
Shorter hair, much more gray.
well, he looks like, so you know what he looks, you know who he looks like here? He looks like someone that would have a website that leaks.
Whoa,
Leaks
whoa.
information, if you know what I'm saying.
That guy has a longer face. So,
I'm just saying, he looks
and he
could've
holds
pulled me.
contact with people much longer. That's why he's also not with us these days.
Okay.
Or at least, well, he's not with us, right? Didn't they let him go? I think they let
so.
him go, right?
Well, they let someone that looks like him. Anyway, let's not go
Oh,
there.
let's not go there. I want to. Anyway, fair use.
Or Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here by the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Friday, June 27th. It's day 32 of the Sean Combs trial, and we're in the defense summation. About more than halfway through, and it's really been quite something. Mark Agnifilo, he's pretty much said that Mia was lying. He said that Capricorn Clark was lying.
Wait,
He's been kind of kid's gloves with.
who was lying?
Mia,
Which Mia?
the Mia that was on the stand. That's a pseudonym. It's not the Mia that you know. Don't worry about it.
I don't know that Mia either, but that's okay. Let's proceed.
The Mia you were thinking about.
I was thinking about Maya, I guess, right? Is it Maya or Mia?
You write it the same way. Both you write the same way. The one with the kapow.
Come on. Let's continue.
Cassie saying that they loved each other, but that she's lying as to being raped. That she actually was just trying to conceal it from her, what he called her current husband, Boogie Bat Phone, Alex. He's now going to turn to Jane after the break. They're going to resume at 1:45 today. There'll be no deliberations today, it appears, because Agnifilo says that as of 1:45, he'll have an hour at least to go. Then AUSA Comey will have a rebuttal more than an hour. And then there's a charge. We haven't seen it. It's not in the docket yet. But he's saying we might stay till after 5 o'clock. In any event, we're down to the wire because we're going to be publishing week 7 of Diddy on trial soon thereafter. It's been quite a week. This has been a full week. The week with Juneteenth was a little bit of a short week, but this week has been jam-packed. And Agnifilo, I don't know. We've been live tweeting it, so you can draw your own conclusions, whether it's beneath contempt. He was admonished not beneath contempt. He's a defense lawyer. He's got to say something. And if you're not going to say that the witnesses are lying, I was actually surprised that some of the cross-examinations were not more aggressive. But the summation is aggressive. He's saying Capricorn Clark is a liar that was in love with Sean Combs, that she lied about kidnapping, that she lied about this, that, and the other thing. Leah lied that the sex was not consensual. She says it was consensual. She cites the birthday video. Oh, he does cite, as early in the trial, we noted that Derek Ferguson, a government witness that was the CFO of Combs Companies, that he actually might have helped the defense. And it seems that it was, because Agnifilo has said, look at what Ferguson said. He was a DEI before there was DEI. Hang on. We got some noise.
Diddy was doing, oh man, the man was drawing like Picasso. He said Diddy was DEI before there was DEI. It was crazy. I was reading it. I was like, what the heck is this? Hey, one thing I can say about Mark, you might disagree or agree with how he's doing it. One thing I'll tell you, RJ, the man he's a fast painter. He shoots off the hip. Doesn't mean he will make it, but it's crazy. It's crazy. The week started actually with one small thing, which was quite shocking, actually. It was a small thing, but still quite shocking. One of the first things that happened this week beginning of the week, was that before the closing, prosecution decided to, drop. So there are 8 things they are counting within the RICO. 8 actions, let's call it actions. And what they are saying is they are actually not counting those. So they are dropping, you can basically say they are dropping 4 parts of the RICO.
Yeah.
So it went from 8 to 4. But they only need 2 to convict him of RICO. So one can say Diddy's chances increased with the RICO part, because when you're dropping if you're dropping from 8 to 4, that's always a good thing. So this is what they had to say. Can you read it?
Yes. Dear Judge Subramanian. Dear Judge S., the government respectfully writes regarding its requested edits to the court's proposed jury instructions. The government understands that the court's desire for streamlined instructions. With that in mind, the government has suggested ways to streamline those instructions. Specifically, the government has removed instructions from the charge relating to 1. Attempted kidnapping under both California and New York law. 2. Attempted arson under California law. 3. And aiding and abetting trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories of liability, so instructions are no longer necessary. The government has also attempted to simplify the language relating to count 1. A proposal, as explained in the government's comment bubbles, that the government hopes not only serves the purposes of streamlining instructions, but also will avoid any confusion as to the operative agreement for count 1.
Yeah. So what it basically says is we're not gonna pursue attempt kidnapping because they said basically that there was an occasion where Diddy kidnapped Capricorn Clark when they basically were interviewing her about stolen goods. They put her under these lie detectors. They basically transported her from her house to a location a couple of days back to back. They're saying that that was kidnapping, moving from A to B, B to A. One time, Cassie was sent to the hotel, and they told her, Diddy told his security to keep her there after she got busted up after one time of fisticuffs with Diddy. The arson, which is
Day
Kid
and night.
Cudi's.
That.
Oh, that was a boom at
Boom,
night.
boom. Okay.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom. Nah, but yeah, that was Kid Cudi. Also, basically, how I see it, but I could be wrong. If these were the strongest parts of the Rika, they would have stayed in. So they're basically removing the fat of the pig to be able
But I
to
thought that
slaughter it much better.
the arson charge was pretty strong. I didn't.
Ah,
No.
it
Okay.
was it was.
So I remember because again, Kara, I didn't follow this lawsuit at all. But I thought you said, I thought you said, I thought you said that they were so in the very first in the very first days. I remember set of days there was. I thought you mentioned that they had a case for that.
They had a case, so they but the thing is, RJ, the problem with that was it was mainly hearsay, and when they one thing that the prosecution left out when they they were putting up their part. Apparently, there was a research on the bottle, on the Molotov cocktail bottle. There was DNA on the bottle. The DNA was from a woman. There is no concrete link between Diddy and the arson. So if RJ, if you can convict Diddy of this arson, everyone can get convicted. Everyone can get convicted for anything
Yeah.
people here say.
Okay.
They say yeah, so it was a weak part. I mean, the California kidnapping in the easiest sense is basically restricting people from movement.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be. The question is, did that person try to move, or did they won't be moved from A to B every time? Were they withholding her from exiting? Because that's the thing with a lot of the situation, and that's why inner city press was also saying did the Marcus pointing out that Capricorn Clark was lying. The question is, of course, what is they were always everyone's always free to leave, but they never try to leave.
Which is weird,
So
right?
that's a way to defend the situation. I mean, you're the defendant lawyer, so you gotta say whatever you have to say. It's a quite interesting fact. They never tried to leave. Maybe they didn't try to leave because they were mentally they thought they couldn't leave. It's like a great they start entering a gray area. So that's the issue with a lot of these things, right? What is real, what is fake, and what really happened? What happened between the people's two ears? But yeah, let's take a look at what other people thought about the closing. Fair use.
The jury is not connecting with Maureen Comey at all.
Maureen Comey is part of the prosecution team.
I mean, at all.
She did the rebuttal.
After Mark finished this heartwarming ending where some people in the courtroom were literally moved to tears, Maureen Comey gets up there and she goes, first of all, she talks like this and she wants people to relate to her. And I'm like, okay, if you're trying to win this case, you need to talk like a normal person and connect with the jurors, because literally she's up there going, now you guys have all seen that everything Mark has said is just one big distraction. And quite frankly, I don't have the time or the energy to address all of it, but I can prove that he is guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And the jury literally is like, they're not even looking at, they feel uncomfortable to even look Maureen Comey in the eyes, okay? You can't talk like this, Maureen. And the jury.
RJ.
So I'm a bit confused here, because last week we talked about, and the week before that we talked about Brian Steele.
I thought it was gonna be Brian Steele doing the closing.
No, but we talked in the past about how well Brian Steele questioned the witnesses.
Yes.
And the other
He
lawyer
did.
as well, the one with like the French name.
French name. Westmoreland?
Yeah. I don't know why I thought French. I'm sorry. He's French. He's okay.
What kind of French is that? But okay, continue.
He's French from
She. It's a she.
okay. Yeah,
It's a
I'm
black
sorry.
woman. Have respect
Yeah.
for the black woman, man.
She's
Have respect for a strong black woman representing a black entrepreneur, man.
I was gonna say. Oh man, I forgot. I was gonna say she's French. What's her name? Her last name Westmoreland.
Westmoreland.
Okay, so she's French from Mississippi descent.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's stop there. Let's stop there.
So
Let's stop
but
there.
just to understand, yeah. So this is what I wanted to ask you. The Brian Steele did a good job.
Yeah, Westmoreland too, and even Agnifilo did a good job in this because he did also a couple of
What's
cross.
this name? Necro what?
Agnifilo.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I heard.
Come on, man.
It's-
Are you
It's a-
drunk?
It's a Walking Dead, man. I guess.
Oh man.
Right? Oh man, no, never mind. So are you saying that these lawyers did like undo everything that the others did?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The problem is, RJ, I think if you look at the and Comey is not of the defense. Comey was of the prosecution. So I think it's hard to judge. You know what it is, RJ? What I found during this case, there are so many POVs. Everyone has their angle. You watch, shout out to Sean G. You watch Sean G. Sean G is clearly pro Diddy. But you watch Law and Crime, you'll see they are leaning towards more negative. I think Lauren is probably most and Logic. Logic is probably the most balanced ones. So it's hard to say where it's going. I would say a lot of things were proven. But the problem is, I'm not sure if I'm skewed towards Diddy or not. I don't think so. I like to believe I'm quite balanced in my judgment, but you never know. I would say probably. So for me, it's still 50-50. It's hard to say. At the end of the day, I can think that it's proven that he's not guilty. I think for majority, it was proven. The case was weak. Overall, the overall case was weak. But if you go purely on the fact, RJ, if you want to convict the man, you can convict him. You could convict him.
Go on.
First of all, I think for what he's not gonna avoid is the prostitution one.
But they're not charging him. Are they charging him with that now?
Yeah, that's also in the case. So that
then they
part,
have,
he's
they
cooked.
have-
He's cooked.
Yeah.
He's cooked on that part. 20 years for sure. Maybe 10, at least 10. So you have that. You have trafficking. What the prosecution is saying, even if it's trafficking one time,
It's trafficking.
it's trafficking.
There's no such thing as a one.
They might have had sex 6 years. But if it will happen one time, then you should convict them. I mean, come on. At that point, that's why I said it's hard to see where this is going, because if you go by that standard, he's cooked. He's gonna get life.
Yeah.
Because everything was, the question is, was this majority? That's going to be the judgment of the jury. Was the majority of the things that happened, does that justify the fact he did something one time to convict him for that one time? Or the 2 times that it happened? He had I'll give you an example, RJ. The Jane Doe situation. Jane Doe, you had, that's 50's baby mother. Jane Doe, there was an agreement, the love contract. She was getting $10,000 a month. She would partake in those situations. Is that prostitution or is it the allowance?
If she was smart, she did it with a camera, and then it's art,
Everything is recorded. So
cinematography.
that's also something that Mark pointed out. That he thought this was all recorded, so it's PORN. So there's no problem. I mean, he's recording, he's paying people for his entertainment.
Yeah.
All these guys that were being paid, they would always call them entertainers. They wouldn't call them escorts or pros. So it's a thin line. I mean,
It's
it's a
wild
thin
that
line.
you paused on the first syllable.
Yeah, I'm a smart guy. People say I'm a smart guy. I don't know.
Well, sounds like it's another word, but okay.
I stopped at the correct time. Anyway,
Okay.
so so if you want to, you can pull everything out of context and convict the guy for the rest of his life. The question is, do you keep the things in context or not? And that's what I think what Mark was trying to do, to push the jury towards, of course, their side, by pointing out, by the way, they admit it. Diddy is a horrible guy. He knuckles up with women. Does that mean that he trafficked them? What does that mean? It was coercion? No one actually. The crazy thing is with the RICO stuff, you would think when you have RICO, someone has to say they are part of the conspiracy. If no one knows they're part of a conspiracy, how can it be a conspiracy? Let's say you rob a bank.
That's the conspiracy, KaiR.
Let's say if you rob a bank, you're gonna rob a bank. You put a crew together. That's already conspiracy. If the crew knows, let's put it this way: multiple people in the crew need to know that's a bank that's gonna be robbed. You cannot go to rob. You cannot put a crew together and no one knows that there's a bank being robbed.
Robbery. Yeah.
Or let's say if it's one that knows that, but the question is, even the one that knows, do they know that the bank is going to be robbed, or are they just thinking they're driving from A to B? They're driving you to the bank, dropping you there. Someone else is picking you up.
Yeah.
If they only know that they are driving you there, is that part of a conspiracy because they know they're going to drop you there, or is this? So it's a very hard, man. It's very hard. It's very hard, and it's all over the place. So it's gonna be at the end the jury who's gonna decide this week. Could be today on Monday. Could be Tuesday. Could be Wednesday. I expect it to be before Thursday though. So it's gonna be probably 2 to 3 days. If it's if it's only one day, I think it's gonna be very tough. It's probably not a good news for the defense. For the offense. I mean for the prosecution. Let's take a look at another person chiming in. Fair use.
Amazing closing argument by the defense. I mean, to start with saying this is the tale of two cases, and that there's a real case and there's a fake case that the prosecution wants you to swallow like tripe, I thought was masterful. I thought that one of the funniest parts, and that everybody was laughing in the courtroom, was when they said the special response team is so clandestine and so important they can't even have cameras to show where they got the evidence or in what room. And the biggest thing they got was Astroglide. Thank God that the government was able to get all that Astroglide off the streets, and the streets are safer now because of it. So I think that he planted the idea also in the jury's mind that why did this case need to happen? Why is this a good use of our taxpayer dollars? I wouldn't spend money on this. It's ridiculous. And so I think that the jury is going to acquit Diddy next week, and they're going to shoot back or not. They're going to sound the alarm that this shouldn't be prosecuted cases like this, and that this is a tremendous waste of time, energy, and money.
But then you have Torre who says this. Whoa. Let me go back. This is not that. This is not that. That's here. Fair use.
Maureen educated me on what sex trafficking is, and that one instance of coercing someone into yes, where they might not have otherwise done so, that's sex trafficking. So when Jane is told it'll just be you and me this time, get on the plane, and as she's getting on the plane, he's calling Paul and making arrangements for a freak off, and then when she's in the air and it's too late, he's like, yeah, no, now that's sex trafficking. That's it. When he beats the shit out of Jane and then they immediately go into freak off, that's trafficking. She can't have consented to that. When Cassie has OD'd and has an open wound and then they still do the freak off, that's sex trafficking. So, I mean, like, Maureen is educating me to, like, oh, it's that little. And, like, for you?
Yeah.
So it's everyone who was there, everyone has their own POV. So that's the problem. It's hard to say where this is going, Audrey. It's hard to say. But one thing I can say is the following. New York stays lit. Fair use.
Can I get a kiss? Justin, let me get a kiss. I think you feel me. Justin, let me get a kiss. Let me get a kiss, Justin. Can I get peed on? Let me get peed on. I want to get peed on. Bonnie, chill. I want to get peed on.
Bonnie, chill, man.
Where the baby oil?
Bonnie, chill.
Where the baby oil? I want to get peed on. Where the baby oil?
OOTAONGO on YouTube.
Is that Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, man.
Where the
They gotta
baby
pass by
oil?
now. Mama, come
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Hey, mama, where the baby oil? Where the baby oil? I want to get peed on.
My mama clothes, I love you.
Let me get a peanut.
I'm not going to like this. Brother, I'm not moving over. You blocking my shot right here.
I
Look,
want to get
I gotta spin.
It's Liddy. Barney is going crazy. Barney is going crazy. Yeah, man. Barney is I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her, man. She finds a way every time to her voice just pierce through everything. You hear her from she was the one who asked it was, I think, was it the girl from Dawn from what's the group that Diddy had?
Danny King.
That
Danny
Kane,
King.
she asked Dawn whether the schlong was long. That was crazy, bro. She's out there. She's out there. Another one, and then we'll finalize this segment, man.
Okay.
Fair use.
Young Diddy.
What's the word? Focused. Y'all stay focused. God bless. Girls, stay focused. Keep your head up.
Look at you now, Diddy. I'm glad I can't see with my own eyes. It was all live. Everybody seen the footage, it was worldwide. Yeah, the party is white, the coke is pink, the baby oil is laced up, so are the drinks. When you party with the freaks, the mink, and inherit the sheets. It's a dark web, despite the plan for keeps. People start to speak, information leaks. Now you got nasty rumors out in the streets. When you was on top, you was walking with a Diddy vibe. Then the fast came and put Diddy in the box. All right,
I would not want to be his family member and Sean Holmes. I certainly would not want to be his mother. I would not want to be his children. I would not want to be here. That's up to them. All right, thank you.
It's crazy. And all these things were happening in front of the court.
You know what I like about New York here?
Tell
It's
me.
a city. It's a
That
city
you
that
own the
never.
city? Is it because you own the city?
Oh hell no, because we know. It's a city that never sleeps. Here,
It is true. It is true.
it's the city that, that never.
Oh man.
It's the city.
Oh, man.
No, but hey, man, this is to me. It's still surprising to me how few people are at the court. So it can be way worse because people like clout.
Yep.
So it's, I think, there's some cuckoo, some wackos there. There's like this. Is that dude blind? It looks like he's blind. Wait, there's a walking cane. Is that a
I
walking
have
cane?
no idea. It looked like one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. No idea. But
So it's
but he raps, so he's not blind.
So what? You rap, so it's not black.
blind. It's
Okay.
not blind.
Remember there
Seems
was
like-
this rapper at 106. The 106 Park used to have the freestyle segment. Do you remember
Yes.
that part? It was
Yes, the blind guy who was rapping. He was pretty good freestyler. He was a very good freestyler.
yeah, it was a pretty
Blind
dope-
Fury is his name.
Blind Fury. Yes.
But let's wrap it up, man. It's the last week. This week is definitely going to be it. Either he sinks or swim. I think personally, I think he'll get at least 2 of the charges. He'll do 10 to 20 years. He's 55 now, so he might be out, and when he's
69.
let's say 60, probably. Think he'll do at least 5 years. They'll do some. They'll fight even after the conviction. They'll try to get certain things thrown out. You'll do maybe 5 to 6 years, and that's it. That's what I think. What do you think?
I also think that he's not gonna get off. No pun intended. I do think that, but I do think that let's say, so he's gonna get some years. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
But-
hey, guys.
But- Yeah, let me just say this. But what he'll get, and what he'll get it for is like not even 10% of what people were talking about that he
Yeah,
was
it's not
doing.
even 10%. Will not be.
So yeah,
You're right.
that's it for me.
Definitely.
So it's still like balance. Like it's like it almost seems like cheating, like some sort of technicality, you know, like
Yeah. It's gonna be about technicalities, majority of the things. Is it karma? Maybe. Maybe. I think you can build enough bad karma that might go left when you're standing in front of other people to be judged. Um but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, looking at the charges he got, they were able to put together, because at the end of the day, RJ, if you look at the amount of people in the beginning, when we started covering this, it seemed like he had like a bunch of people that are gonna go forward, or freak offs, people that were being used. But it seems like the freak offs basically his girl and a girl, or a girl he's dating, and a guy he hires. That's it. It's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy. But
yeah.
hey,
They were talking about what they were talking. The way they were talking about it was like everyone was involved, and from the stories we heard, now we didn't. These are like the stories that we heard. From the stories we heard, it was like pretty. Um,
graphic.
yeah, I guess you could call it that. Cockleish. You can also say maybe.
And it still is right now. Now, if your girl's getting banged out by by another man and skidded in, I don't know what
But
you
now
call
they
that.
reversed it. Now they reversed it. Now,
Oh,
now,
oh
now,
no, no,
Cass,
dude.
now Cass is watching out. He's getting in court.
By the way, Mark said in his closing statement, Cassie won. Cassie got 30 million, and Diddy is locked up.
Yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be crazy. At the end of the day,
Hell
I
of a
think
price for not marrying her.
yes. Lust can be a downfall. Maybe we have to do maybe guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Should we create a series about lust? Guys that go out and crash out because of lust. I mean, obviously this guy crashed out because of lust. And lust is the downfall of a lot of men. A lot of guys that make it crash out because of lust.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a show, a series about it.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're gonna do a series about it, but it's not gonna be posted on this channel. We're gonna develop it and post it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So let us know if you're willing to follow that series. At the end, we'll cover, of course, the results next week. And guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Diddy will be found guilty? Did Mark Agnifilo save Diddy, or did he actually burn Diddy with his quite interesting tactics during his closing? Let us know in the comments what you think. Of course, we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature one of our future videos, and make sure you share your hardest stake. RJ.
Yes, guys. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Sign up to our newsletter. You can find the link in the description box below. There, we'll share with you links to stories and viral moments that did not make today's show. And if you want to see RJ lose a bet, if you want to see me lose a bet, stay tuned because there's still
Oh,
still
really?
have some we still have some way to go. KR.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Let's go to the next one. Jim Jones. Jim Jones might have lost his NYC mind. Wait. Let me change this up. This is better. This is better. Jim Jones might have lost his New York state of mind. Oh man, I've been watching this. I don't know how we end up here. I'll be honest. I don't know how Jim Jones somehow his name in between the greats, and now we're comparing Jim Jones to Nas. Let's take a look at how it all started. Fair use.
I recently saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
Yeah, that's my young boy.
big hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my
right?
in my era too. I mean,
So to
well,
be compared,
well, let me
that young kid out.
let me
he was young and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade. So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025.
It's 2025, and somehow we end up discussing Jim. I think he's losing his mind. He's just losing Nas for clout. RJ, what do you think?
I think first and foremost that two things. I think that I really think that I'm gonna lose a bet. That's the first thing. And second
Really?
of all, and guys, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon, and of course, sign up to our newsletter. Description in the link in the description box below. But I think that I would never put Jim Jones in that level. At the same time, I wouldn't.
Speak your mind, RJ. Don't hold back.
I wouldn't. Not ignore, but I would not. What do I want to say? I do acknowledge. Let me tell you, I do acknowledge the role that he played in music when I was growing up. So you can't call him. You can't call Jim Jones irrelevant, but you can't put him in the Nas category either. So that's. Can't believe we're having this conversation. But
This is crazy.
But so I want to be clear. You can't say either. For example, what's the dude who had the song Tipsy? Jake One? Was it Jake One?
Was it Jake One? Tipsy? No, that's was it Jake? No, wasn't it Jake One? That Tipsy
Chingy? That's not
was
Chingy.
Chingy. Wasn't that Chingy?
No. Everybody in the club getting tips. I don't think so.
Oh no, that's Jake One. You're right.
Yeah.
You know your rap is better than me.
Well, Jake One, I think he that song was fire. And then
so you're saying Jim Jones is equivalent to Jake One? That's the
I think it was clear that was. I think it was clear.
Balling is on the level of Tipsy. Jim Jones. RJ told you what it's up.
KaiR.
It's done.
Shut the F up. Shut the F up.
It's
I never
done.
said it's no.
Jim,
no, I'm saying what I'm saying is what I'm saying is come on, man. You can't say Jim Jones was irrelevant, but you can't compare him.
Jake One was irrelevant.
Yeah, Jake One. But I'm saying you can't compare Jim Jones with Jake One. Jim Jones had influence in the music, in rap and hip hop when I was growing up. But you can't compare him to a Nas. That's what I'm saying. So his influence cannot be compared to a Nas.
According to him, fair use.
what I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this where people were comparing when him and Jay was
I knew you
beating
were
on
gonna say
him.
that.
You heard? You
Mm.
did? Like, let's, and I don't want to talk about other people's career,
Yeah.
but let's just get to the
Have you spoken
semantics
to
of it.
Nas since the whole
I
thing?
know Nas.
Okay.
I don't know Nas to have a conversation with him. You don't have a conversation, we can have that too and shit like that. You dig? Like, I don't really care
One thing I
about that.
did see you.
This is what Unc asked him during the interview. Fair use.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far
He caught himself lacking. Might have been a little bit.
as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when we talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he started.
You said that.
Yeah, because the reason now he's pulling back on the sales talk because he was talking crazy, saying he sold more than Nas. He sold more than Nas. He had more Billboard entries, but then people pulled up the stats. Can you see it?
Yes, let me read it. Age. Nas is 3 years older, more or less.
By the way,
Yeah.
before you continue, he was talking like there is a big difference. He was in 11th grade, like Nas was 34, something like that.
Yeah.
He's 3 years younger than us.
Yeah. So monthly Spotify listeners, Nas is sitting at 1.2 million. Okay. Jim Jones at 860. The net worth, is like I don't really believe that. So singles
I'm
released.
pretty sure Nas network ain't 80 million.
Nah, but I don't really.
It's
I don't
probably
really get
200.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
seen
really-
the investments the exits he had with the startups he put his money up. He's at least 200 up.
Yeah, one of his investments is investing in Africa as well. The singles released 79.
I might have to. I might have to invest in that investment as well to see how it works.
Singles released. Nas has 79 plus, while Jim Jones has 47. Billboard hot entries, 15 plus for Nas, 2 for Jim Jones. Platinum albums, 8 for Nas, 0 for Jim Jones. Born, what does that have to do with what is being born in Queens versus Harlem have anything to do with this conversation? Who did this, man? Who did this? Hey, man.
They're putting stats up. Where are you from? Who is this? Whose man's is this?
But
no one is claiming Jim Jones anymore. Cam ain't even claiming Jim Jones. He said Jim ain't even from Harlem.
Do they have right? They have that beef. You're not really from
they were
Harlem,
beefing.
something like that.
Jim ain't even from Harlem. Why the hell did they put he's born in Harlem? That man is from another borough. He's from under the bridge.
Yeah.
Now, what are we talking about here? This is crazy. I think, I'll be honest, Nas' last 3 albums with Hit Boy, actually his last 6 albums with Hit Boy, are better than whatever Jim Jones dropped in his career. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's given him the most light he has ever had. Can you imagine? He's saying he's giving him the most light he's ever had since Jay-Z. Crazy times we live in, man. I think Jimbo. By the way, this was Jim's come up. Just to give you an idea, Ajay. Fair use. This was Jim's come up. being a dancer in a video.
Is he? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Yeah.
him. That's him. That's him. That's him. Also, the trick boy. He was
You break
fair
dance
use.
cartwheel. Cartwheels.
Who got a cartwheel for me?
It's like an actual 360-degree spin if you're not from the cypher culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna get the cartwheels going.
I bet.
Jimmy, let me see the car. Let me see what's going on.
Doing
with my
cartwheels.
man. Yeah. Go.
He was the hype man. Doing cartwheels and figures. What are we talking about? He wasn't known for his lyrics. He's known
But I'm a
for
bit-
dancing and doing cartwheels.
Yeah, but there so that's I'm a bit more.
You're both mid in the middle. You won't find a video online or offline of me doing cartwheels in front of a camera and people
but that's-
instructing me to do cartwheels.
But that's
I know
not. That's
on
not.
Spawn.
No, but that's not him. I mean,
I'm no one Spawn. This man, Cam told him, hey Jim, do the cartwheel. Now he's doing cartwheel like he's doing gymnastics.
yeah. Yeah.
Nah, Jim. You're taking it too far, man. Jim is taking it too far. But you wanna say something, RJ?
Aside from the fact that I might lose a bet today,
You
I
keep
think
saying
that
about a bet. No one is talking about a bet.
I know we're not gonna discuss it in this segment, but let's see, man. Anyways, yeah, like I said, so that to me, first, I don't think they also used the picture and the videos of Tupac, where he was like dancing and doing theater, and they're trying to undermine his rap, his street cred. But
Pac turned a gangster in his 20s, so that I understand.
But this guy, how old was he then? You know, so it's like, come on.
Who, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but
also Jimmy. I'll say. That's what I started saying, man. Also Jimmy.
Yo, Jimmy, man, wrap it up, man. I'll be honest. Nas shouldn't respond. Nas shouldn't even acknowledge this. This is stuff. This is unseriousness at its best. Ain't no way. In numbers, it's not the same. In lyrics, not the same. It's like me, some way, somehow, me saying, I'm at the same level as with this podcast. We are at the same level as Nightcap. Out of nowhere, we're better than them. We're as good as Nightcap. Well, I think we're as good, but maybe. But going to other podcasts and talking crazy like this, man, this is wild. But he's trying to get his numbers up. I guess you have to do something. Oh, RJ's gonna ask Siri something.
Michelle. Never mind. We're not exactly like them.
You might be right on that part. Hey, man, guys, I just covering this. I don't think he's near it. If it wasn't for this craziness, I wouldn't even cover this, because I don't think this guy should be even mentioned in the same sentence. Nas dropped 6 albums with Hit Boy. Guys, go listen to them. He dropped them the last 4 years. One of the best, might be the best work he's ever dropped. Might be his best work. Go listen to it. Give it a listen and tell me how good it is. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Jimmy is better? Do you think Jimmy is better than Nas?
You can't even ask the question with his
Can't even ask the question. Do you think Jimmy is cloud chasing? And I don't know, does he have an album coming out? I don't know. Does Jimmy have an album coming out? Let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature one of our future videos. So drop your Best comment. Archie.
Also, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos here on the Double Thought Show. As you guys know, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from complex situations. Here's always is also where we ask you to engage with us so you get a chance to get a mention in a future show. And of course, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter description. Check out the description box below where you'll find the link. We'll send you weekly stories and viral moments that did not make today's show. So if you want to keep engaging with us off the platform, you can do that as well. And before we proceed to the next topic, I have to tell you this: if you want to see your boy lose a bet, stay tuned. KR.
Oh man, fair
Yo,
use.
I knew it.
This is breaking news.
I knew
Police
it.
arrest Antoine Massey 6 weeks after he and 9 other inmates escaped the
man.
Orleans Parish Jail. Good evening. I'm John Snell.
And I'm Meg Gatto. A neighbor in Hollygrove tells us Massey was staying at an Airbnb.
Let's go live now to the scene. Andres Fuentes.
All right, just wrapped up a conversation with the property owner who said that this is an Airbnb property. There's at least one tenant here.
Yeah, man, crazy. Let's start with that, RJ. We're gonna continue with the video after this, but hey, they wrap up your boy, NOLA legend, Antoine Massey, the guy who escaped the prison 4 times, and now is going back for the 4th time. Your boy, you put your money on his. Wow. You put you put your money. Almost said you put money on his head, but that wouldn't sound crazy. RJ, I'm gonna admit I saw this guy walking in my neighborhood, and I called police. I had to snitch. I had to win the bet.
Oh, come on. So you're telling me you happened to be walking in NOLA at the time?
No. I was driving by and saw him walking in that yard. Hey, we need funding for the podcast. We're getting 50K. We're 50K up, so gotta do something. But let's continue watching.
Property, and she has no idea how Antoine Massey, one of the 10 inmates that escaped the Orleans Parish Jail 6 weeks ago, ended up right here at her property. It was around maybe an hour and a half or so where we did see some U.S. Marshals and Louisiana State Police right here at the intersection, and even all the way up in the driveway doing their initial investigations as they comb through the property and figure out how Antoine Massey managed to be here at the property. I'm gonna step out of the way, give you guys a live look. As you can see, there is a gate now. A property owner came and shuttered it. She didn't get any word from any sort of police or law enforcement that this arrest was happening here at her property. And just speaking with neighbors, a lot of them completely shocked that this happened at all at her property. But this did come from a Crime Stoppers tip. We are waiting for more information from the NOPD as far as the details that came from that tip, if it came from a family member, if it came from a neighbor here in the area. But just speaking to just a handful of neighbors already, they said that they were completely shocked that Antoine Massey was here, had no real inclination that he was staying here in the neighborhood. Again,
Crazy.
I knew it. Something told me, man. Something told me, KR. I never get these messages. My algorithm is not really like yours. But then I think this morning? It was either this morning or last night that I saw a picture, and I was just like scrolling through Instagram, and then I saw the tats on the face, and I was like, please,
that's my boy.
Let this be an old picture. So, and guys, for those of you who don't know, again, we had a bet. There were 8 people who fled, or was it 10, of which Massey was one of them. And we had a bet, Karen and I, who would stay out the longest. I had another candidate. He got caught real. He didn't get caught in the first
Planten.
round, but in the
Planten
second
van
round,
Buren.
yeah, he did get caught in the second round. So then KR had someone, and I was like, you know what? We need to keep it. We need to keep it. It needs to stay exciting. So I
Fair.
said, okay, I'm gonna go for Anton. Although I know that he was recording himself and going live and saying that he's innocent, but hey, I guess I lost, man.
Yeah. It is what it is. Sometimes you bet on the wrong horse or you choose the wrong piece on the chessboard. Reference to his tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Come on, man.
Everyone is taking pictures with him, RJ. Look at it. Police, they got him. Deputies are taking pictures with him. Let's take a look. Another one. Bam. Louisiana. By the way, he stayed in NOLA. Instead of trying to go to someplace else, go to another state or whatever. This is why, guys, you need to travel a little bit, get to know people, get a plan on your hands. Because this guy, the reason why he stayed where he knows people, because that's the only place he can go. He cannot go outside of it because he doesn't know anyone. And of course, with a tattoo as big as his forehead, of course you're gonna get noticed. You gotta stay in house at all times. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't think they'll catch. Huh?
You don't think they will? They catch the
For
last
now.
one?
For now,
Why
they
do you
won't
say
catch
that?
him. He's doing the longest bit of all of them. I would be surprised if he's still in US. He's probably doing the reverse Mexican walk.
You think so?
And you're gonna ask yourself, what is a Mexican walk? That's walking past the border from Mexico to the US. So he's probably somewhere in Mexico, I would guess, or another state, but he's not in New Orleans. But yeah, RJ, this is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose some.
Yes, nothing to. There's nothing that I can do. It is what it is. I do. Yeah. Hey, I'm wrong. So the thing is that I think KR is because I'm not really getting used to these type. I don't usually get these types of information. So if it wasn't for you doing your research, I wouldn't have known about this. And if I had read about it, I wouldn't have really cared.
So what you're saying is this is the typical loser excuse. He's saying, guys, I'm gonna translate what he's saying. I didn't have enough information to choose the right horse, so this is why I lost. This is the translation I hear. I hear it clearly.
Yes.
What
And
he's
guys,
saying.
KR heard that because contrary to me, he doesn't have Cuerdo. So it's like yo, KR, you don't yo, come on, man. You know that you know that ain't it. Come on, man.
Oh man.
You know that
Yeah,
ain't it.
but RJ, yeah,
Yeah.
continue your speech. I'm going to, if you say something, if I think the translation is not correct, I'll translate it to the viewers and watchers so they understand what you're trying to say. Continue.
I already said what I wanted to say. I already said what I wanted to say.
Okay.
So it is what it is. But I congratulate you, KR.
Thank you.
For your
Guys,
win.
Eddie,
If you can call it a win. I mean,
this is not a win.
betting on-
This ain't
I was
even a
betting
win.
on-
Betting. I think RJ. I'll be honest. That's going to be. I wouldn't put it past humans to make this a sport. Betting on prison breaks.
Hey, if they can bet, They can bet on Angel Reese. Come on, that's crazy.
By the way, those guys got a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Now they're releasing videos with a
With the black
square
box.
on top of with a black.
I was wondering why they were why they were showing the video with that black box. Yeah.
Oh man! According to the what I heard, they got a cease and desist. But yeah, but at the end, guys, you should. I'll be honest. This is all fun and games. This guy got locked up. The streets is a little bit safer. But at the end, it's a sad thing, right? Because of course, someone has become a victim of him for him to end up in this situation. So at the end of the day, here at the Double Thought Show, we like to make jokes and make fun of certain things, but it's a sad thing for of course the victim of him, and also for himself, because at the end of the day, he's losing more than half of his life in jail. So one thing, as we always say, try to be careful on how you go about your life. Don't get locked up. Don't do bad things so you end up in jail, or try to traffic people like the first topic of the day, or get yourself hemmed up in what kind of things. Don't steal. I saw someone, by the way. We're not gonna show this during this show, but I saw someone try to steal a couple of shades, sunglasses, jump from the first floor onto ice and broke both his legs. So that's some kind of second level cover. But guys, don't make stupid mistake and end up in jail. And before you know it, you're on our show and we're using you as betting horses. RJ.
Guys, all I have to say, so we're closing this part. Remember to rate the show by press. Oh, the query on this guy. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification icon, and of course, subscribe to our email list as well. Description and link in the description box below.
Yes. Let's go to the last part of the show. We're gonna do the thought of the week, and of course, the around the intellect. Let's start with thought of the week. Let me share my screen. This was from the Double Thought Clips channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to that channel. It's about Vitali. Of course, we're gonna also talk Thursday about Vitali again. But we basically went back and looked at how he's looking these days, because he's not looking good. And so we covered it, why he's not looking good, what happened there. And we got a lot of great response. Shout out to all the Filipinos who responded, and also all the people who responded. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people agree on the despicable things he was doing. Disrespectful. And I think that's clearly, you can clearly see that in the responses. And I'm going to go down to, I mean, there is someone, let me start here. American Smiling Donkey said, American prisons is a luxury 6-star hotel compared to disgusting. Huh?
Okay.
Well,
you started reading the sentence, you started reading the text, and then you went to the to the name. So you said American Smiley Donkey. What? Let me read it. Let me read it. So Smiling Donkey said American prison is a luxurious 6-star hotel compared to disgusting, literally oven-heat Philippine prison. Top Up says, I live in the Philippines, and I have to say, it looks like Vitali will have to wait for his trial far longer than he hoped for. It usually takes years, 3 to 5, for his case to be processed by our judicial system. This is wishful thinking. He hasn't been sentenced yet, so this is reaction by reaction. Jesus. The good thing is they're making him wait until trial and already gave him a preview of the main gulag he'll be serving in, but allowed him bail and detainment in his old room. I'm gonna butcher this, but Magusala Cristituto says, I'm a Filipino. The worst thing to happen to you is to get jailed here in the Philippines. Unless you have a high connection in politics, you will not get VIP treatment. Means you will be joining a lot of inmates whose hygiene is very poor. The smell and crowded prison. You won't last long if you're not used to it. Shadow Aware says, also he was on steroids. Leo Humanities let him rot in jail. Yo, Vic Fat says he's only 33. I guess I mean, if you're gonna go out, I'd rather go out with nails in my people will at least remember you with nails in your wrist. I guess. Bengtianiap says, I guess Johnny Somali got a better situation by potentially being jailed in South Korea prison, which is far better than in Philippines, and so on and so forth. I mean, should I read the rest of him? There's a lot.
Don't have to. That's basically it. So, yeah, it's we're gonna cover because he got Bill. He built himself out, and we're gonna discuss what really happened there. But he's still back to the start. So tune in on Thursdays, guys. We're gonna of course cover that, and of course drop your comments and down below, and we'll be covering them as well in the future videos. So yeah, let's go to around the internet, and let's start with RJ. Did you hear about the Tyler Perry lawsuit? Crazy lawsuit.
I did.
20 million. A guy is claiming that he was spooning. He got spooned. No. He got spooned against his will by Tyler Perry and all kinds of flirtatious text messages.
Okay. I read about it. Yeah, I did read about it. I saw it on my feed and my news feed as well. I also saw some weird texts. You know, KR. No, what do you think? Let me start here.
What do I think? I think in general, seems like everyone is broke and trying to extract some money from guys that have some money. It's a shame that well, we all knew Tyler was swinging lefty. I don't know why I said it like that. Shout out to everyone who's left.
Southpaw. Why? What are you talking about?
I should have said something else. Maybe I should have said
he's a switch hitter.
He's not a switch hitter. He's not a switch hitter. He's only switch bats from one side. And the one that's holding
you went to the left again. What the hell is wrong with you, man? You went to the left.
I'll say this.
Oh,
I'll say this. He eats only meat.
But I thought he was married or had a girlfriend or something.
Who?
Like
He?
Yeah.
You know who also has a girlfriend? Cory Booker.
Don't know what that is.
You don't know. Yeah. Good thing you don't know.
Thought he was gonna say Wayne Brady.
Who said that they are what is it? Wayne Brady? No, was it Wayne Brady who said he's yeah, it was
Pan
Wayne.
American. He was Pan American.
Yeah. He's okay, yeah. Okay. But anyway, people are using Tyler Perry allegation test now. They are testing whether if the guy claims he's straight. So people are now testing the text messages in real time. Shout out to Ryan Davis, man. He decided to test the text out on his friends. Fair use.
I saw
hope that man when Tyler Perry don't get a dime. And it's because, honestly, if that man was sexually harassing you, there's certain parts within those text message conversations that a straight man would have put an end to the conversation immediately. He would have had questions immediately. there wouldn't been so much back and forth. For those who don't believe me and go, oh, well, you don't know until you're in that situation. All right. What up, bro?
By the way, can you read the text?
Yeah. So he's gonna read. Yeah. So he's gonna read the text that the accuser, I guess, shared of Tyler
Yes.
Perry hitting on him or something. Yeah.
And it says, I would hope
I would
that
hope.
you.
I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past that block in your mind soon.
Okay. He's gonna read this shit. Yo, I'm gonna play it.
Nothing, man. I was calling to let you know, man. Like, I don't know if you're going through anything or not, but I would hope that you will allow somebody to hold you and make love to you.
Nigga, what?
Hey, what up, bro?
What up?
Oh, nothing, man. Oh, you crossed my mind, man. I just wanted to tell you, I don't know what you're going through, but I would hope that you would allow somebody to hold you and make love to you.
What? You said what?
What up, bro?
You say what?
Man, what the fuck? What the fuck is up, bro?
Oh, nothing, man. I just want you to know, man, if you're going through anything, I just would hope you would, allow somebody to hold you and make love to you.
Man, what the fuck?
I hope that.
Yes. So by doing this test, this peer this peer test, it's clear. It's clear that this man was probably in a relation, and Tyler can use this during his lawsuit to prove that this lawsuit ain't real. RJ.
This is like the other trend. There was this trend as well. Did you see the other trend where guys would call up their friends and tell them, "Hey man, what's up? All good, man, all good. Hey, listen, I'm just calling to wish you good night." Something like that. Did you see that trend?
Yeah, I see that one.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
see
same
that one.
thing.
It's the same thing, but this one was verbatim what Tyler Perry said.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the Tyler Perry allegation test.
Yeah.
This is how you test whether I mean, I'll be honest, RJ. I think that lawsuit is I don't know. What do you think? You asked me what I think. I didn't hear your typical lawyer stuff.
Well, I don't think that
they'll get you to talk, and then they won't express their feelings about the situation.
No, I have very strong feelings about this situation, but the reason why I asked you was because it doesn't seem like you feel like it's like a big deal. That's why I made the comment I made.
Oh, like that. So I don't think it's a big deal.
You see how easy it is, KaiR? You see how easy it is. Let me tell you what I think. I think that it's just a come up. It's just come on. It's too easy. It's just a come up, man. Well, I don't know if it's just a come up, but you know how the judge looks at. I don't say. You know how the court system looks at man as well. You know, the first and foremost. So, and
accountability is higher.
The what?
Accountability. When the court system usually looks at men more
like mutually, like, hey, if someone tells you, I hope someone. So I don't know the entire. I don't know if there's like pictures of him grinding.
No, there are no pictures. Luckily, at least not in the. This is not the Lil Rod situation. Lil Rod posts like 1,000 pictures in his complaint. Yeah. Lucky for us. Lucky for us. Only text messages were sent.
Yeah, so I think that it's I don't think it's like a big deal. I think it's just something that will go away soon. And KR, I don't know if you're realizing it, but a lot of people aren't really people have gotten desensitized with these types
Yes,
of news.
yes, I
It's
think
like
that's
another one, another
definitely.
one. When does it stop? You know, Shannon Sharp is still doing his job. I mean, he's not on ESPN anymore, but he's still doing his job. He's still getting people to come on his podcast.
Still getting
Uh,
views.
yeah, it's. Can you really cancel someone? You know, and I think it's a message. You can interpret it in various ways. I have concerns for you. I'm so if I'm Tyler, if I can.
Oh, I thought
He's
because I
like,
don't care about this whole thing.
well, no. It's like I'm concerned for you. It goes you well, you know. Um, I think that we have to keep in mind that we're seeing these things over and over and over again. But you see it in the news: 20 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million lost. But what ends up happening is people settle or it doesn't go to court, and people aren't really settling anymore either. People are more
They'll
like,
take it to court. They'll take
yeah,
it to
they'll
court these
take it to
days.
court. If I'm gonna pay someone, I'll pay the lawyer before I pay you.
You know, RJ, and this is what Taco Pina, what's his name again? What's his Joe Taco Pina. He said this, and if you don't know, Joe Taco Pina was the lawyer of ASAP Rocky during his trial. Very good lawyer, very good one. He said basically it doesn't make sense to settle because you have to take it to trial these days. Because people are so dumb, they'll assume because look at what happened to Michael Jackson. He settled. By the way, he settled, and more people came forward.
Yeah.
That made by the way, FBI researched that case. They didn't find anything. He settled.
Yeah, I'll say it's an easy target. It's an easy target. Yeah.
So it's better to just take it to trial before you know it. It will get thrown out. It makes no sense. I mean, clearly they were flirting with each other on the text. This guy said he's anyway. It doesn't matter. It's going to blow. I want to say blow by, but pass by like it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Let's go to the second one for today. OKC players didn't open their champagne. What a crazy time we're in, RJ. Fair use. Look at this. They can't even. Oh, let me share my screen. Fair use. They can't even open champagne bottles. That's how young they are. Still no champagne flowing. Look at this. Can you imagine that? They're passing out champagne bottles. No one is open. RJ, this is like 2 minutes in. Back in the days, we had this. Fair use.
The championship trophy, the one symbolizing women's championship, but the MVP is handed.
This was crazy.
I forgot about this one. I forgot about this one.
Still no champagne here. Still no champagne. Nothing is flowing. This is crazy. And also after the they showed a lot of bottles still closed. It's crazy. Crazy how
people aren't really
this is-
drinking. So the new generation isn't really drinking like that anymore. They're smoking more, but they're drinking less. So it doesn't have like the same appeal that it had when we were younger, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to OKC. They won fair and square, even though the main guy they were against Torres Achilles.
Heel.
Yeah, is Achilles. Probably will never reach the It's a shame. It's a damn shame because from what I saw, the stats, people usually tear their Achilles, never get back to their old level. So
Yeah, but
let's see how this.
the team is a good team. So team
Yeah,
is a very
but
good team. It's a and at least he's young, you know, so he can still get better. But
yeah,
there's
I
this
think
trend. There's this trend. It happens far
three
too often.
times now
Yeah, and it
this
happens way
season.
too often, and I think it might have something to do with the amount of games that they're playing.
No, I
No,
think it's the opposite.
what?
I think the game is starting to become too stressful on people's body.
The game in itself?
Yeah, people are doing things that physically are not able. They're not able to do it.
We're
Their
not built
bodies
to
cannot
do it.
handle it.
We're not built to do it for that amount of
Maybe
time.
the speed of the game. I mean, maybe if you RJ, if you make the season shorter, it's gonna look crazy.
I think people will. I think you'll have less injuries.
You have less injuries, yes, but will they
I
continue to load manage?
Well, in NFL they just play 17 weeks, right?
Yeah, and 1 week off.
And 1 week off. But then it's
Yeah.
like 1 week, and then you have training. But depending on how you play on Sunday, sometimes you don't train on Monday, and so
Yeah.
it's like different. NBA players they practice I think almost every day. Um, they play three, so they can play anywhere between 2 to 5. Two would be an exception, and 5 would be an exception. So usually it's like 3 or 4 times a week. Then they have practice, 82 games in a year in a season, and then you go. You know, they playoffs. You have rounds: first round, second round, third round. I mean, you get
Yeah.
tired. The stress gets more. The rest at some point your body, because in the playoffs you play more intensely as well. So that's what I think.
That's true.
But hey,
That's
congrats
true.
to OKC. I was rooting for the Pacers, although I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, and well, they're conference rivals. But I was rooting. I didn't really have a team. My team is the Pistons. But congratulations to the Pacers for taking it this far. You played very well, and you really showed heart. And of course, congratulations to the champs, OKC. Let's go.
Yes. But I'm gonna finalize this. Some people take the off season and start new careers. Fair use. Oh, let me turn the
Is
music off.
this the bearded one?
It's the
James
bearded
Harden?
one. The bearded one walks as if he pulled a hammy. Look at this. Oh, wait. Why is he playing again? What the heck? Let me put this up. Look at how he walks. Like he pulled a hammy, man. I've never seen someone walk like this. Hey, shout out to James Harden, man. Starting to branch out.
Yeah.
Last but not least for today, RJ. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes your PPE, your personal protective equipment, will save your life. Fair use. He's strapped out. He has his strap on, so he's safe. Just some minor injuries,
Wait,
but it's crazy how
wait. What did you just say?
he's strapped on the thing, whatever it's called, the bucket.
Yeah. But you said he had it. You said
What
he
did I
had it
say?
on. You said he had it on. You said he had the strap on.
Strapped. No, you're taking it out of context. I said he had it strapped on. No, I didn't say he had a strap on.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I get it, but I'm just here.
What the heck? Yeah, but this is crazy, man. This is a closer look. Fair use. Zone situation. So he's trying to lean. It is crazy, man. Imagine he can see his lights flashing in front of him because he's already can see he's not gonna make it. He's trying to hold on. Oh man. He's lucky that he has his PPE on, man. His personal protective equipment, because otherwise he would have fell straight on his head. This is why you have these safety procedures, man.
Yeah. You never need it until you do, you know?
You never need it until you do. That's exactly how it works. That's exactly the time, that one time where you don't go by, there are safety procedures are there for a reason. And that one time you don't do it, that's the time that the ish hits the fan.
Yeah. I'm happy that everything ended well, so that's a great thing.
Yes, and DB
someone's gonna get
Schenker is
sued.
gonna, someone's gonna get sued. Someone's about to be gonna get a brand new house or brand new Porsche.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So KR, someone's gonna find someone's gonna find someone to hold them. Make love today.
Oh man, hey, shout out to him. Safety first, and of course, don't blow your money. Stack it up, boy. Stack it up. Guys, that's it for today. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. What do you think? Is Tyler Perry's allegation, is the test the right one to do? Should Tyler Perry use this as proof that it was all consensual? OKC players not drinking any champagne bottles. This is crazy. They don't even know how to open champagne bottles. I knew how to open champagne bottles since I was 12 years old, but that happens because I was becoming champion every year in the sports I was playing. So, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes if you're a champion, you know how to open a champagne bottle. These guys are brand new. Welcome to the club of champions. Next year, try to train on your opening champagne bottle situation.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature one of our future videos. RJ.
Yes, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comment section below. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our socials. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. It's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Oh, by the way, do subscribe to our mail letter. It's in the description box below. We'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.